Walking out of my car, I lived on a mountain. I lived on Bear Mountain at the time. That's about 6,500 elevation. I had walked out into wilderness, and then I just kept walking. And I did that with no food, no resources, no anything for 19 days I was out there. Andrew he found the missing persons report. You know, it's true. I did end up getting off the street, and I went and found some time with my brother, who obviously couldn't sustain another adult human being because he's an adult and he's got bills. And so I had to find somewhere to go. I happened to have a family member who had worked in housing. Interesting story, this is my father actually. I didn't know that what he was doing was working for LASA, funding these very programs that ended up saving my life. But he told me, no, you need to go to the Midnight Mission. And so I did. And remember my brother pulling up, dropping me off. At this time I had one pair of shoes, no socks, one shirt, and a backpack that I intended to fill with something. He drops me off, and I remember looking at my brother, and he gave me a hug, and he was trying so hard to be strong, but he's crying. And so I have a vivid memory of my brother crying and looking at me that day, and me coming to a stern realization that all of the choices that I had made in my life, or at least in adulthood up until that point, had led me there. There was a young lady, you guys might have met her, some of you might have met her. Her name is Valerie Mayers. She was the health and wellness administrator at the Midnight Mission at the time. Amazing woman, super high energy. She left, and as a result, I just needed to keep the gym open because I just needed to stay sane and sober, and I just needed the gym. You know, I kept doing that, and eventually they offered me a job. I was just able to move into an apartment on Friday. This was my first apartment since my recovery that wasn't government subsidized. So this is my first time that I'm self-sustaining. I did that with the paycheck that I earned from the Midnight Mission, where I now work as the health and wellness manager there. But here I stand, and I think that is directly, and I know that is directly the result of the compassion of the people at the Midnight Mission. I know that is directly the result of the compassion of all of you who sit in this room here. And if I can be in any way a steward of that, I ask you to just continue to do what you're doing and show up. And I really do invite you to come join us down at the Midnight Mission and connect with the human beings down there. I think that's what I have for you.